So I'm trying a different setup today. I am in my living room on my couch and my animals are out here, so we'll see if this works out. But I'm going to bring you a quinoa burger today that I made recently. I'm still kind of tweaking this recipe, but I thought it was pretty good, so I was going to share it with you. I have recently gone to a lot of vegan cooking lately. I've noticed that my health kind of gets a little better whenever I eat just plant-based products. Kind of trying to get away from the meat industry. I've really enjoyed cooking vegan. If you hadn't noticed, I've shared a lot of vegan things on here. Yeah, I hope you enjoy this recipe, so let's get into it. So getting started into this recipe, what you want to do first thing is get your flax seeds ready. You're going to want to mix them with water and set them on the counter for about 5 to 30 minutes. Let's make sure that it kind of all meshes together and it gets thicker, kind of like an egg consistency, which is what you want. A lot of burger recipes will add eggs to them, and so this is kind of that component, kind of helping bind things together at the very end whenever you're trying to make your patties. So next up, you want to cook your quinoa, and you want to do this before you add it into the patties because it's just not going to cook in the patties very well if you cook the burgers with raw quinoa. It's just not going to get cooked all the way through. So you want to do this on the stove top before you add them into the patties. While your quinoa is cooking, you'll want to get together and chop up your other ingredients that need to be chopped, like your onion and your garlic, and there's a green bell pepper in this also. Get those together. And in this recipe that I filmed today, I'm using an elephant garlic. That's all I could find at the store. They were out of regular, so I would recommend using regular. It usually has a better flavor. I love garlic especially, so I would recommend that definitely. Now here I have already chopped up some onion, but I brought it back onto the cutting board because you really want your ingredients to be very chopped in this recipe. It's gonna bind together better as a patty. If there's huge chunks of onion and pepper in it, then it's just not going to mesh well and turn into a good formed patty. It's just kind of gonna fall apart. So, but like I said, yeah, you'll want to get together your pepper and chop up that really fine, also like the onion and the garlic. You might even want to use a blender to do this, one of those, like I have a little Ninja blender that I sometimes use. That will probably make this process go a little faster than just chopping them up on a cutting board, but I felt extra choppy this day, so I went ahead and just did it myself. You can use any color pepper you want. I just went with green because that's looks more like a regular burger. I didn't want the pops of color, but if you want to try that and see how it goes, by all means. The flavor should be pretty much the same. So another big ingredient in this is black beans. You'll want to mash them up really good with a fork, or if you have a potato masher, that might work. But again, it's just, you want everything to be able to combine at the very end. And also we're adding spinach to this, which is a very healthy ingredient, has a lot of iron, it's good nutrition. And I'm just gonna take off the stems and form them into a pile and chop these really well also. And stick everything into the bowl, and you're gonna want to grab a pan and add some oil. I used olive oil here, and get your pan good and hot to add in these vegetables, and we're gonna saute them really well. as you can see, it's good and cooked. And another ingredient that I like to add is some wine. When it gets really cooked and it's kind of sticking to the bottom of the pan, this will help get that flavor up from the bottom of the pan and back into your vegetables, and it adds flavor of the wine. So you can add that, you don't have to add it. That's just something that I always have wine on hand to cook with because it just adds really good flavor. And so here I'm just adding in the quinoa that I had cooked earlier to the vegetables, and now I'm going to add in the black beans, and we're going to mix this up really well because we're now going to go into forming our patties. You're also going to want to add in your spice mixture, and do not forget the flax seeds that we made at the very beginning of the video. I always used to add breadcrumbs to my hamburger recipe, and so I'm going to add oat flour to this. And here, after we've mixed it up really well, we form the patties. I usually form patties based on the size of my burger buns, which I make them myself. They're vegan and gluten-free. Put them in the oven for 20 minutes, and then halfway through, you're going to flip them over to make sure that they get good and cooked on every side. And you'll want to put the burgers back in for another 20 minutes and you are done. That is it. You just need to assemble your burger as you like it. And I hope you guys like this video. Please like it if you do. And I will catch y'all later. Bye.